the Sunnyside Employment Self-Help Group and Jobs with Justice welcome you to this press conference. I'm Lori King with Jobs with Justice. The year's first unemployment numbers confirm that the jobs crisis in America goes on unabated, and we call on Congress to take dramatic steps to turn this crisis around. You will hear today from the voices of unemployed people who are behind the statistics. Although the unemployment rate fell to 9.4% from 9.8% in December, only 103,000 jobs were added to the economy, a number significantly lower than the 200,000 expected by Wall Street analysts. Unemployment for African Americans is 15.8%. Latino unemployment is 13%, and youth, which is 16 to 24 years old, was 18.3% in July. Black youth unemployment was 50% last year. 260,000 people in December alone have given up hope of finding a job in this climate and are no longer even counted in the unemployment rate. According to the Center for Economic Progress, at the current pace of job creation, the nation would regain the jobs lost in the recession in the year 2037. This is very different from the sanguine, mellow comments from business and government leaders. A record high 1.4 million people have already used up the maximum 99 weeks of unemployment. 4 million people currently covered by unemployment insurance will reach their 99th week and will totally lose benefits of unemployment insurance during this year. We call on Congress and the administration to create legislation to keep unemployment insurance going to support the 99ers until this crisis is over.
Yes. Yes.
We call on Congress and the administration to create a massive federally funded jobs program.
Yeah.
We have done better in this country in the past. It is not impossible if there's the political will to fight. With far fewer resources in the 1930s, the Public Works program of the New Deal employed 8 million people and satisfied people's real needs. In this more affluent time, we should be able to have programs that will repair our infrastructure, create jobs, create programs for school children after school, and take care of transportation options, and retrofit buildings to stop global warming. In addition, we call on Congress and the administration to stop the business-friendly and job-killing Korea Free Trade Agreement, which will only make the job situation more dire for working people. Of course, we call on the Oregon congressional delegation to vote the right way and to vote for extensions of unemployment benefits and against any cuts to the social safety net. We call on the Oregon congressional delegation to vote the right way on the social safety net and to not cut the social safety net and to create a jobs program and do all the right things to bolster up common people. But even more than just voting the right way, we're calling on our congressional delegation to take leadership, to fight with ordinary people for the landmark legislation that is needed to create a public jobs program and strengthen the safety net. Lise Brown, Lauren Spencer, and Mark Bowman will speak about being unemployed. And community leaders Tobias Green and Father Bob Kruger will also speak on the unemployment situation. We are very appreciative that press is here, and you'll be able to ask questions of our speakers after they finish. Thank you very much.
Can we have your name once again, please, and spell it?
Lori King, Jobs with Justice, L-A-U-R-I-E, King, K-I-N-G. Thank you. Okay, I'd like to ask Lisa Holdman to come up and be our first speaker. Oh, sorry, Lisa Brown. Sorry about that.
I've been looking for a job for over 2 years. In the past 4 months, I've applied for dozens of jobs and had only one interview. My family struggles to meet our very basic needs. We have incurred a huge amount of credit card debt just paying for groceries and medical and dental bills. But I have to look on the bright side. At least I still have access to credit and have a roof over my head. Thousands of other Oregon families do not. Last year's federal stimulus legislation helped the economy a little bit, but it is not creating enough jobs fast enough to provide relief now to millions of Americans who are suffering without jobs and without sufficient income. Congress just voted to give tax breaks to the rich. They bailed out Wall Street and the banks. There's plenty of federal money to create jobs if Congress would just stop playing politics with our tax dollars and our lives.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
History has shown that using federal tax dollars for massive public works projects will create jobs.
That's right.
During the Great Depression, New Deal projects helped build our state capitol building, the Portland Airport, Timberline Lodge, Rocky Butte Drive, and many bridges and tunnels right here in Oregon. Right now, there are many jobs bills waiting for passage in Congress. One such bill, H.R. 4812, the Local Jobs for America Act, would create or save up to 1 million full-time, good-paying public and private sector jobs ranging from education and child care to public safety. So what is Congress waiting for? More unemployment? More foreclosures? More poverty? Unemployment above 9% in one of the richest countries in the world is unacceptable. We, the unemployed, need and demand Congress to allocate more funds for actual job creation now.
Yes!
And now, Lauren Spencer, please come and talk to us.
All right, Lauren. You tell them, Lauren.
Hi, my name is Lauren Spencer and I'm a 99er. I've been unemployed since November 2008, was let go because of the economic climate at that time.
Move up to the mic a little bit, Lauren.
It's been really difficult for me looking for work for over 2 years now, and I've got a huge pile of places that I've applied for with nothing coming down the line. So far, all I've been able to get is a less than part-time job, and that doesn't pay the bills. And so I'm having to cut down everything I can now that I no longer have any income from the state or help or anything, just to be able to keep my roof over my head, something to eat, transportation, and be able to look for a new job, which is a constant, ongoing financial problem, you know? And it doesn't make sense that Congress here is giving themselves raises. Essentially, the 2%, the top 2% all got raises, while the bottom are still just trying to struggle and get by day to day. Put food on the table, have transport, have a phone, all the things that are required to have a job. You have to have a permanent address, you have to have good transportation, you have to have a phone, and you have to keep yourself presentable for interviews, and all that costs money. And just a little bit of help from the government would help to get by until I can get a new position. Thank you very much.
Can you have me say your name again and spell it?
Lauren Spencer, Loren Spencer.
Right on, Lauren.
All right, Lauren. That's right.
Thank you. And now we're going to hear from another unemployed person speaking from the heart, Mark Bowman.
All right.
Hi everybody, my name is Mark Bowman and I'm a 99er. When Lehman Brothers started having their problem in the fall of 2008, within 2 weeks of that, I, amongst many other fellow coworkers, got let go from a high-tech firm. I've got a small novel here of places where I've looked for work. I've got a good job record, but I've had a lot of adversity finding work. This chronicles all the places I've went to where I've left my resume and I filled out the applications. Sometimes it's repeated attempts, but a lot of places there's a one-time only. But I've got a big record here, places I've looked in the last 2 years. I think it's despicable that we give the top 1% a break and we're not helping out the rest of us.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, if the Roosevelt administration way back in the 1930s could make a serious, and I mean serious, jobs program, then we certainly should be able to in the year 2011. We need the Obama administration to get with it and the Congress to get with it and help us. And it's just fiscally sound and compassionate to help the 99ers out too, because we're going to be putting money back into the economy, buying gas and buying essential foodstuffs, and it's just going to go around better that way. So I think it makes a lot of sense. And what doesn't make sense is for us to still have troops in Germany and Japan 65 years after World War II is over. Don't get me wrong, I'm for having a strong military, but a military that makes sense.
That's right.
And you know, we can have a lot of this money that we're wasting go towards helping people without health insurance and people that don't have work. Myself, our family hasn't had health insurance for the last 2 years, and we've had over $6,000 in medical bills we had to pay on our own. We still are hanging in there, but it is very hard. We need change that really matters.
That's right.
Mark Bowman, it's spelled B-O-U-W-M-A-N. Thank you.